the biggest surveillance days of the year is 4th of July. Most people will say that's because when people are the most active and you can catch them doing things they ain't supposed to be doing. It's mainly because most people don't have the sense God gave a goose. They just straight up forget they're injured. And it's usually a shit show. Let me explain to you what had happened. It was a private client who got into an accident and immediately trusted her femtuition. She knew shit was gonna hit the fan, right? She says, listen, I was acting crazy injured, but I know for certain that he was faking it because I seen it with my own eyes. As soon as the law showed up, this fella starts acting ridiculous. Throws himself on the floor. I understand this is gonna go through the insurance company. But I'm telling you, if I'm lying, I'm dying. This dude's full of baloney. Well, then she tells me he lives in my neighborhood and he's rude as hell and he drives around here all willy-nilly like he owns a place. She said, I'm petty as hell. I'm gonna prove that he's lying. She says every year they do a block party on 4th of July. The fireworks, y'all know. And y'all, she was willing to finance her pettiness. This lady took out a personal loan to pay me for surveillance. I'm here for it. Now listen, I live in Florida. I know y'all have seen the headlines. Florida man. Yeah, that's us. That's us. That's Florida. And this guy was one of those guys. Well, anywho, I do surveillance and sure as the day is long, just like she said, this fella was active as could be. And this dude is drinking like a fish, drinking that Busch Light. And y'all, I will have you know, this fella busted up the fireworks like at 3 p.m. I don't know why you can't see him till it's dark time. Okay, so let me explain this to you. So in the state of Florida, you have 2 weeks to file like an injury claim once you've been like an accident or whatever. And because I was hired by a private client, hired me right after the accident, no claims have been filed yet. But my client's femtuition said, fella. She wanted to get ahead of the curve, right? Anywho, so now I've painted the picture, okay? This guy's playing with fireworks and he gets one that you could tell really hurt him because he did that thing like, ow. Well, then NASCAR Joe and his little Busch Light, they start really doing the Florida man thing. This guy decides he's gonna take one of them bottle rocket things. You know, you just like the stick and then the thing and then you light it. He puts it in his can of beer with a straw and he decides that he's gonna drink his beer from a straw, which by the way, I did 6 years in college and that's how you get really drunk really fast, and lit the bottle rocket next to his mouth. And this guy's freaking slashed. As you can imagine, because it doesn't take a rocket surgeon or a bottle rocket surgeon. When the bottle rocket takes off out of the can basically tears in half. Bottle rocket took the top half of the can with it. The straw was in his mouth. When the top half of the can went flying, it went up to his mouth first and then up. Well, he starts gushing blood, like gushing. This fella pouring blood from his mouth and his nose. He looks down at his beer can like, and then looks up like where's the other half of my can? Well, the friends that were outside with him, they are like rushing to him. Well, I'm getting ready to call 911. This dude is losing blood by like the gallon. And he's drunk, which means his blood is thinner and that's real dangerous. Well, he actually gets it to stop bleeding really quickly. I mean, he almost had his face sliced off by a can, but I mean, it's fine, I guess. No one else was concerned. He wasn't concerned. The bleeding stopped. Crisis averted. Well, that's not enough for Busch Light Florida man. No. He decides he's not done playing with fireworks. He only had a brush with death, but I mean, it's fine. His whole life flashed before my eyes, but it's fine. Carry on about your day, fella. This guy goes into his arsenal of fireworks. He pulls out some Roman damn candles. Y'all know what I'm talking about? Like the long cardboard tubes and you stick it in like a mortar tube, but not Busch Light. He gonna hold it like this. Well, praise the lamb, this fella didn't die, but he did lose one of his eyebrows. Completely gone. Singed. Like one whole side of his face was like patchiness on the beard and like one whole eyebrow gone. So I don't know how much this fella thinks the Lord loves him, but apparently he thinks it's a whole lot because he was jumping on the Lord's last nerve. I'm certain of it. This guy goes full jackass. He gets a bunch of the fireworks, his Busch Light friends to help him. He lays down on the ground like in the middle of the road on his back, put some fireworks down the leg of his shorts. I didn't realize what was happening until it was too late, but also natural selection, okay? And they are just tickled and laughing. You know what I'm talking about? When teenage boys get giddy about something stupid they about to do, except these were grown-ass men apparently feeling a little bit too confident and light the fireworks in this fella's leg of his pants. So he laying on the road like this. He got these big old fireworks sticking out. Y'all, that happened so fast, but also in slow motion. And the rockets red glared. Them things took off like a bat out of hell out of his britches. And immediately it hurt because duh. Well, he jumps up off the ground like a wild banshee. Y'all, one more of them things was in his pants. It went off. Y'all, it sounded like a gunshot from this man's urethra tube. Throws him back like a movie. Whoa. He lands flat on his butt, back, and head and slides. He was literally smoking from his no-no zone. And y'all, I shit you not, all his friends were literally beating on his junk. Like they was putting out a fire or something. Bless it. And this guy's just on the ground wincing like he's crawling up in a ball. He wants them to stop, but they just want him to not be on fire. By this time, somebody had called the squad. Y'all, they took him away in an ambulance. But here's the best part. He filed a claim against this lady, not only for neck and back injuries, but for injuries to his no-no square. Insurance company still offered him a settlement, even knowing about the Busch Light incident. He declined it, took it to court, and then got $0. So although no one can be sure if he was actually going to ever file a claim against her insurance, we'll never know. But I'll be darned if he didn't get some pre-karma. I told y'all, some of these folks ain't got the sense God gave a goose. And also, that's why I don't drink, because that'd be my dumb ass doing some shit like that.